acting world is pretty competitive.
Oh yeah.
And how do you stand out, and how do you sorry.
Right.
Okay, let me start over.
Yeah.
Welcome to Catching Up with That Jimmy, where I interview my friends and then take beautiful portraits of them. In this episode, I have a new friend joining me, and his name is Nom. He is an actor in Los Angeles, and he's from Mongolia. Welcome to Catching Up with That Jimmy.
Yeah, I love to be here on your show, man. It's great to see you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So this is actually our first time meeting.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm excited to get to know you a little bit.
Yeah.
And we met through mutual friends. I am connected with a few Mongolian creatives in Los Angeles, and that's how I met Nom. And so Nom, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I mean, I originally from Mongolia. So I started my acting career like a little bit over 2 years ago, but I've been doing it in my high schools as well, back in Mongolia.
Okay.
So I'm trying to focus 100% on my acting career right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of acting do you do, or what kind of acting do you like to do?
Yeah, I mean, I like more like action kinda. Mm-hmm. It could be historical, it could be documentary,
yes,
or even sci-fi or mystery, Mm-hmm. But it has some little bit actions,
Okay.
Yeah, I like to do that stuff. Yeah.
Nice. So the first thing I notice about you is your long, beautiful hair, and I'm curious, how long have you had it this long? And it's also a dreadlock. And so, what made you decide to get a dreadlock?
Yeah. So I've been with my dreadlocks since probably 2012. So almost 10 years, over 10 years now. So, but from time to time, I cut them a little bit to make my scarf, my head a little bit, give them rest,
Yeah. Okay.
The reason, I love reggae music.
Oh, nice.
It started because actually my father used to listen Bob Marley when he was like a student in the Russian Federation.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
So, and my big brother, actually, he's actually a reggae artist in Mongolia, who actually he introduced reggae music in Mongolia.
Oh, wow.
So he's one of the first reggae artists in Mongolia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Your brother?
My big brother.
Nice.
So yeah, that had a lot of influence into me. Also, reggae is cool, man.
Yeah.
It's all colorful.
Yeah.
It's always like uplifting,
Yeah. Do they have dreadlocks too?
Yeah, most of them. It's called Rastafarian, Rastaman,
Oh.
It's kind of a religion stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Because it depends. If you have a longer dreadlock, it means your door to go to heaven is more open or something. But it's just on the religious side.
Yeah.
But dreadlock is nowadays just more look, because everybody it looks cool.
Yeah.
Now it's just a style.
Right.
But I took it more often as a style.
I see.
But back in the time when I started growing my hair, I used to listen a lot of reggae music. I dress as like reggae, all colorful, red, green, and yellow, like everything, even my belt and stuff, earrings. Yeah. That has a lot to do with it. Yeah.
Nice. These days there are sensitive people out there, and they could take issues with African American people having dreadlocks.
Yeah,
Have you ever had?
It just happened to me like a couple days ago.
Oh, really?
Honestly,
Yeah.
It was kind of road rage,
Yeah.
One dude was just stopping at the light.
Yeah.
The one guy I was just kept signaling he won't move.
Yeah.
And finally he started move.
Yeah.
And I just follow him. Of course, we're gonna throw some words at each other,
really?
right? While we're driving, like fuck.
Yeah.
And it got heated.
Oh yeah.
As
Okay.
it, it's always got heated. So I started drawing slowly, trying to block him because he got me mad.
Yeah.
So I have to give something back.
Yeah.
That's how the road rage works, right?
Right.
And somehow he started following me around.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I park here, what the fuck, man? Yeah. What do you want to do? He's like, well, I'm gonna beat your ass. I said, okay, let's go. Okay. Go ahead. You throw the shit. And he started, well, man, you're not even black, man. Yeah. Why are you having dreadlocks? I said, okay. I never knew some certain hairstyle belonged to certain race. Yeah. I told him that, but man, he's from Africa, he said. Like, okay, then what about bald people? Yeah. Would you go up to them, why you have a bald hair, man? Why your head is bald? Yeah. You can't have this bald hair, man, because you're not black. Yeah. You know? I mean, that just don't make any sense. But it is culture from Africa. It's obvious. It's 100%. It's the culture from Africa. It's from actually the dreadlock comes from Ethiopia. Also, we have in Asian culture too the dreadlocks. Yeah. In India. Yeah. In ancient India, they had the dreadlocks too. In Africa too. Yeah. So I mean, obviously, but it's not like Asian culture or something. But it's been there. You can't just like go out there. I mean, if it's your own culture, I understand you can own it. But these days, hey, we're in the 21st century. Yeah. You can whatever. You can even bald or long hair, whatever. You can even have a mohawk. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Whatever race you are, you know. Yeah. It just sounded to me kind of ridiculous, you know, like, fuck it, man, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I had a similar conversation with another mutual friend of ours recently because he got a dreadlock too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he did say he had a fallout with a friend of his because of his hair. Okay. And so so it's unfortunate, but I do see both sides. At the same time, for my argument is just that, you know, like, it's your life, it's your hair, you can do whatever you want with it, right? And so it's your body, you know. That's the same argument a lot of people like to use, right? And also in Mongolian culture, in shamanism, because Mongolian throughout history had shamans.
Yeah, right? that was our main religion.
Right, and
still some are,
Yeah, and they had dreadlocks too, and so
in a way, in a way, it looks like dreadlock. Yeah.
And so, and I remember years ago, Jeremy Lin, the NBA star, he had dreadlocks, and he people called him out for cultural appropriation, and he instead said it's more like a cultural appreciation. So I think that, you know, like...
Yeah, here's the thing, because nowadays, man, these Gen Zs or whatever, man. Just,
I don't
not
think
just
it's
Gen
only
Z. Yeah, not just Gen Z, it's just even the millennial, us. People got so offended on everything, man. It's so easy, you know, on every single thing, you know. And this cancel culture is too, man. I mean, people have a right to express themselves.
Yeah, I think it's more for me. I just think that, you know, there are people who will find reasons to be angry. You know, they'll find things to be angry about, and it could be just their personality trait or whatever. But, you know, there are people like that. So it's just like, whatever, you know, they live their lives, we live our lives. So
because a lot of people here in America, they get offended by some others doing for some other people, which is like, it's not directed to you exactly, but I'm offended that you doing somebody to else's, like, that doesn't make any sense, you know. They always like, I mean, it's not necessarily their problem, you know. Just how it is. People like to get offended for some other one, you know. Which is,
it's like they're policing.
Like, you know. I mean, I just the other day I saw some video. There's a white dude wearing the Mexican clothing, traditional clothing. He wears some fake mustache and stuff. And he just go by the street asking random people, do you think this is my outfit? Look offended. Every single one of them say yes. Because are you a Mexican? He said no. Then you shouldn't be worried. And when he went to exactly to the Mexican community in the streets, and he walked up to the stranger, says like, do you like my outfit? Do you feel offended by it? Every single one of them, no. So that's the reason. Because the people actual people itself, they don't get offended, but the third person, whoever it is, they get offended. And they always like tweet about it, put a post.
It's like it's none of your business.
I mean, it's just nonsense, you know. I'm like the original people, they don't get offended. Why you have to get offended for them? Like they're okay with it, you know.
Right. Because I remember an artist was wearing kimono or something for a performance, and like her Japanese fans actually really, really liked it. But then like people in America was
I
like,
mean,
this is bad, this is cultural appropriation, blah, blah, blah. But like actual Japanese people actually think they appreciate it.
I mean, that's the
really
thing.
Funny, But I'm curious because you know we're both Mongolian, so we grew up with Mongolgud. Mongolgud, for you guys don't know, it's called Yurts. It's like it's kind of like a glamour tent, basically.
It's more comfortable tent. I would say.
It's very glamorous. But you know, like recently, over the last 10 years or so, or even 20 years, like glamour camping has been really popular in America. And you know, yurts have been in a lot of resorts, like especially in Big Sur. So what's your opinion about that? Because to me, I sometimes feel a little bit, I don't feel offended, but I do feel like my culture is being profited by these people who are not Mongolian. And you know, like I'm just like, can I get a cut? You know, like whenever you open
can I get my share or something?
Can I get a share?
I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it a lot of past few years. Though actually, in Chicago, especially, but in Chicago they're owned by Mongolians actually. But I think it's a good thing in some way though, because it's a Mongolian tradition. It's just all nomadic people tradition, you know. It's not just Mongolian. It's just all nomadic people. It's their culture, you know. They're living in a yurt. But I mean, I like it though. I mean, but it's just business, you know. Whoever gets it first, they make out of it. So I don't really don't like about it or just offended them. It's just a business. But I'm seeing it as a business. It's just whoever gets it first, done it.
Hopefully in future, hopefully in future, I'll be rich enough to own resorts that has yurts. You know, I think it's first of all, it's a great and smart design, you know, and so like you can't go wrong with it. Like it's easy to build up and like easy to tear down. You can have it anywhere.
It's portable, so it's just easy to build and break it down.
Exactly. So being a Mongolian or being a non-English speaker, how do you find it challenging to, you know, find roles in Hollywood, you know, being both?
I mean, but for now I don't have any difficulties because obviously the English is not my native tongue, you know. It's my second. I mean, it used to be my third language.
What's your second language?
Germany.
German, okay.
I mean, not German. It was German because I graduated German high school in Mongolia. So, but obviously I'm not using it anymore. So I've forgotten. I forgot how to speak. I mean, it just automatically comes in English. But now it's just automatically the English is my second language now. So sometimes it's just some things. It's difficult to make some accents, like Southern or Boston, New York, or Brooklyn. You know, it's hard to learn, but I'll learn it. You know.
Okay.
Other than that, it might be just we might have our own Mongolian accent, because you know the other Asians like Chinese or Vietnamese, Thai people, they have their certain accents when they speak. So obviously we're gonna have some accent too when we speak. But for me personally, I think I have some sort of accent, but I don't think it's just that hard, difficult to understand the other people.
And personally, I think, you know, having an accent is actually a good thing, you know, like it shows that you speak another language at least, you know, you're bilingual or trilingual or even more, you know, and so there's nothing to be ashamed of to have an accent, you know. And so obviously in recent years, we have seen improvements in Hollywood on Asian representations.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know, I for one, I'm really happy to see that, because you know, like a lot of us people in our age grew up watching Hollywood films, and you know, we were brainwashed, right? Basically, we just think that it's all white people, but really, like if you're talking about representation, like Asian people should be seen way more than what it has been, you know. And so what are your thoughts on that, and what are your hopes and dreams?
Yeah, so here's the thing, it gotten way much better. I can say that, like especially past 5-6 years, because we got the debut movie, the Crazy Rich Asians, all Asian casters. That was a big hit. Since then, everything's went up, I think. Because you started seeing the main role, the leading roles goes to the Asians, or supporting role, not just in and out or featured roles, you know. So it gotten a lot of better, especially because if you remember all those big franchise movies, you know, like Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, whatever, etc., Harry Potter, you know. You don't see any other races except whites. Of course, there's some blacks, maybe some Latinos, but never Asians, you know. At least not in the featured scene. It might be in the background, but it's not gonna show, you know. The background, the face is not gonna show. But I'm started to seeing, even in the background, I started to seeing the Asian people. Like at least the camera goes by, you see, oh, that's Asian actor right there, even if it's a background or whatever. I started to seeing that. I seen it on the new Lord of the Rings on Amazon. I've seen it in the new Game of Thrones, House of Dragon. I mean, they're not really a speaking role or anything, but still, when the camera like moves or stops, you see, oh, there's Asian dude right there, which is cool, you know. Every time I see some Asian representation on big franchises movies, I always like, okay, we're getting there, you know, like, we're there. It's always good to see them, you know. And my hopes are it's gonna be high, honestly, because from now on, it might be a next decade. It will be way much better, I think. Also, I would like to see in the future, I want to definitely see if it's either a documentary or film or whatever entertainment it is, if it's somehow involved in Mongolian culture or Mongolian people. I would love to see actual Mongolian people in it, you know, because in LA right now, we do have a lot of actors and actresses who are actually Mongolian. So I heard they're trying to make a new film about it, like actual full-length feature film. So I'm just hoping they could hire Mongolian actor, you know, either from here in the States or either from Mongolia. I just want to see if they're making something about somehow Mongolians involved. I want to see actual real Mongolian actors to be in it, you know. That's just my wish.
Yes, same for me. I definitely have a lot of expectations going forward, you know, and I've met a lot of Asian actors recently, ever since I started doing headshot photography too, and so, you know, there's definitely a need out there, you know. And so
it's an important part of the job, you know, getting a headshot, the good headshot. And so and also, you know, like, and we've seen like movies starring people of color perform really, really well, you know, in box office. So I think that, you know, it's only gonna get better. So I really hope that, you know, I'll see you in many of those films. You bet, man.
Yes. And so what do you do? So what have you been working on lately?
As a moment right now, I'm doing one TV series from Disney.
Okay.
I can't exactly
Yeah.
the name of course confidentially.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Nice.
So it's going. I think it's gonna be probably end in January or February.
Nice.
Probably comes out like later that next year, something. Yeah.
Okay.
And also of course the small gigs, you know, here and there, music videos,
Yeah.
corporate videos,
Yeah.
or the retail ads, so stuff. Yeah.
Nice. What do you do besides acting?
Besides acting, I just do work, man. You know, because I mean, here's the thing, when especially like myself, when you started acting, it's not gonna be stable on your finance, obviously.
Yeah.
Because you can just book one gig and the rest of your life is gonna, you don't have to work. It's not. That's not how it works. So I have to work. I work in a restaurant, or I do deliveries. I mean, I do everything, man. Like,
Yeah. Same. I definitely feel that the unstable.
Yeah,
part,
it
you
is
know,
really.
'cause as a photographer, sometimes there are busy months and there are really slow months too.
Exactly.
So, and I've been recently contemplating on whether I should get another, just get a regular job or not. You know, because I've quit my full-time job exactly about a year ago.
Me too.
Yeah.
I quit from restaurant job, which was a good one.
Yeah.
But what is it? Since June though,
Okay.
because also that time I had to go to San Diego for a week
Yeah.
for shooting too. But obviously my job is not gonna give me a whole week day off.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, maybe it's perfect time. Maybe I concentrate 100% to my acting.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's there's always like a fine line, you know, between like how much regular job I should do, or like,
Yeah.
you know, but it's I mean, I think everybody experienced it at some point. You know?
Yeah, especially here in LA, like
Yeah.
everybody has to give in. If you go out there, what do you do? Oh, I'm an actor, or I'm a performer, I'm an artist, you know.
Yeah.
But when you met them, you were always in the restaurant or some other things, you know, because they always have to have a second thing to keep up with the finances situation, you know. That's how it works.
Yeah, I agree. So, you know, obviously, acting world is pretty competitive.
Oh yeah.
And how do you stand out, and how do you sorry.
That's right.
Okay, you start over.
Yeah.
Yes, especially in LA, it's very competitive for sure, and you know, not just in acting world. I feel like in a lot of fields, for me in photography, doing headshots, it's also very competitive, and so you know, I always think, what makes me unique? How can I bring my authenticity out? And it's like been my major theme in the last year or so is to, you know, how to be authentic. And so I was wondering, how do you stand out, and what makes you unique, and how do you like be authentic?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously in LA there's a lot of competition. I mean, you're playing for one role, right? Like submitting yourself, and there's hundreds of people like you.
Yeah. Maybe not like you because you have.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Because
Yeah.
what I'm trying to stand up myself is just because my look first.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I got long dreadlocks, and also I'm an Asian.
Yeah.
Not every Asian has a dreadlocks. Like it's really few I know. Like in my like 5 people I know in the LA area or Orange County. That's it.
Yeah.
Also, I always like to say I'm Mongolian, you know, because the past, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 years, it's been always Chinese or Korean, Japanese.
Yeah.
Now it's starting to get, we got some Thai coming in, Vietnamese, Indonesian, you know, now it's Mongolian. I mean, even though we're all Asians, but also I would like to that I would point also I'm a Mongolian. I'm a nomadic. I'm a nomad. I'm from the nomadic people. I would like to state that always. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, basically, I always try to look. I mean, my look is kind of, I would say, mean. I get the mean look. I got that tough look, you know.
Yeah.
That's how I always get hired by, like, I would say, gangster, a killer, like robber or something, or the bad guy.
Yeah.
Because I have that kind of look and attitude.
Yeah.
So I mean, I like it. Because in this business, man, in this entertainment business, you have to have your own certain uniqueness, which is my dreadlocks honestly helps a lot. I really appreciate that.
Nice.
Also, yeah.
Okay.
And also, you know, Danny Trejo.
No.
Danny Trejo, look at it later. So he has mean face, but he's a good actor. I like it. But he loves to portray himself as a mean guy as well, like a bad guy or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, but that's his unique.
Yeah.
Because of his uniqueness, he gets roles. You know.
Yeah.
That's
Are you scared of typecasting? You know, like always being casted as the mean person? Because
I mean,
would you want to play like somebody who's not mean?
yeah, but here's the thing. Also, not mean. I mean, I would love to, because as an actor, you gotta throw yourself on everything, right?
Yeah.
But I don't really mind
Yeah.
as in playing the bad guy or villain, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't really mind. I like to doing that.
Yeah.
But also, you can look mean, but you can be the good guy too. You know.
Yeah.
You just have the bad attitude, but still in the end of you're on good side. You know.
Right. Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Or like what we call these days. Vigilante, I would say. Yeah, vigilante kind of, you know.
Okay. Yeah. I
Yeah.
can see that. So obviously, you know, over the last couple of years, we've dealt with the pandemic and everything, and a lot of people have been affected. How has it affected you, and how do you overcome hard times?
Oh man, hard times. Yeah, I don't really the type of like sharing it to to other people or something. I just handle it on myself. You know, just thinking, you know, thinking in my head like, okay, what's wrong or what's happening right now? I've done wrong thing, bad thing, so okay, it's already happened.
Yeah.
What I have to do now in the future? Okay.
Yeah.
How do I solve this? How to learn from a mistake? So yeah, usually I just by myself. I like to just be myself, take my time, just think about it, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it. That's usually how I got it.
Okay.
Better, yeah.
So you don't share it with anybody, like
No,
close
not
friends
really.
or family?
Not really. Yeah.
I think I used to be
No.
kind of like that too.
Yeah, not really. I think it's just not me. It's just most of men. I think they don't really open up
Yeah.
or like to open up.
Yeah.
Because I just want to. If something happens, I just have to deal with by myself. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you want to like open up with someone or?
I don't know. I mean, I guess you never know, right? But it could happen. But mostly, yeah. Like, I just deal with it on my own, you know.
Yeah, because in the past I'm kind of like that too, you know. Like especially with family, like I never ever share my hard times with my family, and you know, like with friends, I rarely do it too. It's just I don't know. I'm trying to think if it's because of shame, but I don't think.
Yeah,
it's
because I think
shame.
it's just this is how we grow up, you know. Because you're a man.
Yeah.
So you have to do everything. You can do everything, you know.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of, I wouldn't say pressure. Just the general things, the mate, how we behave.
Yeah.
Right now, you know, just.
Yeah, it's the it's the patriarchal society, right? And
yeah, it could be as a shame too, because I mean, I would be shamed as well, because honestly, because if there's something bad, I don't really want to go and talk about it with my friends and stuff or family, because I'm ashamed for myself, I'm ashamed from my family, whatever, you know. The reason is, I mean, I could have felt that feeling too. So yeah, it's just how we grow up, how our culture, society has been like not treated. I would say it's just how our job. It's not a job. I don't know the right word to say. It's just how they are, you know. The man's supposed to do this and that, you know.
Yeah, but do you think that should change, or?
I mean, I definitely that should change, yeah, because it doesn't matter. I mean, like if you're a man, you cannot cry or something, even when they're little kids growing up, the small babies. Oh, you're a man, you cannot cry because you're gonna be a grown man someday. You can't cry, you can't do that. Yeah. I mean, we just have to look at ourselves as a person, not like woman or man. It's just we all one, you know, one race. So just have to look at ourselves as a person, not about the sexuality, you know, as a person.
Yeah, and I think
they must solve it.
Yeah,
you know.
And it's important to, like, it's when you close yourself off for a very long time, like when you have hard time and just deal with it yourself, I think at a certain point it gets difficult. And so that's when, like, being vulnerable really helps, you know. Like, I think that being able to open up and share your struggles and hard times with other people, it takes a lot of courage, right?
Oh,
and
yeah,
so
definitely, yeah.
When you open up your heart, like, and when you have that exchange of information, when you have that exchange of, like, energy, you know, like, it really helps you to, you know, to heal, right? And so that's what I learned in the last couple years too, because you know, and I think that it changed a lot. It helped me a lot, especially with my relationship with my parents, you know, because we had a really rough few years, and then this year it finally got a little bit better, and so yeah, you know, I hope that, you know, like, whenever
I mean, someday, eventually,
you know?
I think I'm hoping I'm able to share what I'm feeling, what is bottled inside me, you know, because I don't want to just bottle inside all the way up until I'm dying, you know.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean,
or at least, you know, you can at least talk to a therapist or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, the therapist might help you a lot. I mean, actually, I heard a lot of people going to the therapist got help too. So that's another option as well too.
Yeah.
Until you get the courage to open up to someone you love, someone you're close or something. Like
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing your experience today, and I've certainly had a lot of fun getting to know you, and I can't wait to see what's in store for you, and I hope that you get lots and lots of leading roles and just all kinds of roles in future, and I can't wait to see what's in store for you.
Well, thank you for your wish, man. I really appreciate it, yeah.
Yes, of course, and thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for new episodes.
Peace out.